Hey guys, Dan Heilman back with another video. Today we're going to be talking about the crypto market, and we're even going to touch gold and silver real quick. We have a lot of markets crashing right now. What's going on? I asked Grok for a little summary of what's going on. Over the weekend we had Trump's nomination of Kevin Walsh as the next Federal Reserve Chair. Walsh is viewed as a monetary hawk, favoring tighter policy, higher real rates, and monetary discipline. He said he wanted to kind of reduce the balance sheet of the Fed. He said this in the past. However, he is also a supporter of Bitcoin, so it's kind of half and half there. I see a lot of people. I feel like he wouldn't nominate someone who's not going to cut rates, and I think that's kind of the biggest thing is people are saying that, oh, he's not going to cut rates and reduce liquidity for assets like crypto, etc. But we've also seen broader sentiment, risk-off sentiment across the entire markets. Gold, silver, we'll talk about those, even stocks, and some big declines. We have geopolitical tensions, U.S.-Iran risks. I don't know about this one. And again, narrative is just a narrative, right? Price often leads the narrative, and then people are looking for a narrative to see why the price is going down. Leverage and liquidation cascades definitely in crypto. We've had some of the biggest liquidations in a very long time since like the 1010 liquidation event, which was like, I don't even know, $25 billion or something wild. Other contributing pressures, spot Bitcoin ETF outflows continue. Clarity Act, kind of getting slowed down, etc. So just a combination of different things going on. But a lot of assets are down right now. So if we go look at gold and silver, massive red candles on gold. What did gold come down here? Let's see. From the top down to this bottom here, already down 21% in just 2 days. So that's pretty big decline there. Silver, kind of the same thing. I did get rid of all my physical metals a week or two ago. About I think I sold silver when it was $100, $98, something like that. So I guess that was a good time to exit. I don't know that we're going to be snapping right back to all-time highs for these, because if we kind of clean up the chart a little bit here, you'll see that like whenever we have these kind of big spikes, it usually kind of just goes back down for many years. Maybe we'll get a second spike like we saw here in 2011, in April we went up, and then in August, quite a big span between those, we saw another lower high and then a big move down. Look at the volume difference. Holy crap, that's pretty insane. So yeah, even these markets are going down here. Let's see, copper even going down, oil down, palladium, platinum, etc. So all the metals going down a lot. Let's also look at the DXY real quick. You can see a spike in the DXY also kind of sells off assets a little bit. This is not that large of a spike. I mean, 1%, but everything is divided by US dollars. So when dollars are weak, assets go up. When dollars are strong, assets usually trend down. So that could potentially be what we're seeing as well right now. Stocks, let's go look at pre-market real quick. SPY down. Not even that much, really, honestly. It's like kind of within the Friday's candle. We might see a continued sell-off. We might not. I'm sure crypto stocks are just destroyed right now. Yeah, Bitcoin Immersions is down another 12%. Let's look at like Iran, another good one. This one actually holding up pretty well. So just kind of barely below the last wick there. This is probably going to be a leader, I think, here. Bitfarms look like it's trying to break down below support, but again, we got to wait for some confirmation there, and we'll have to watch like a couple candles, see what's going on. Camel Finance indicator saying we're in the cycle low window, meaning we should bottom somewhere in this window. Was there one for, yeah, Iran in the same window? It's actually picking this $48 for Iran as a low for the Camel Finance indicator, so that's pretty cool. GME is talking about acquiring some big merger with some big company, something like that. So we'll see what happens there. MSTR, I'm sure, down today. I do have a leverage long at about 143. We'll leave that open. I'll add a stop loss, probably about 130 for that. It's a very small position, so that's what we got going on there. Hot, down a lot. Did make a new all-time high only a couple days ago. So that's what we got going on. Bitcoin almost swept the low, but didn't quite. So here we go. Let's check. We'll check another exchange here in a minute. 74.4 for Bitcoin was the low before, and we hit like 74.5. So that was front ran a little bit. Same with Solana. I actually had a leverage long at $96 that I'm up already 7%, so that's looking good. I have an affiliate link below for Bitunix. That's my favorite exchange to leverage trade on. Be careful using leverage, but you can also buy cheap spot there if you want to buy Litecoin, Bitcoin, and you just want low fees. You can use it for that as well. And if you use my link, you get even lower fees. So feel free to use that. Let's look at Litecoin. Speaking of Litecoin, let's go to this chart over here. Litecoin did make a lower low compared to, where's April? April? No. 22. Oh my god, we're back way too far. Here we go. April. Yeah, April low. So it made a little bit lower low there, but we did not sweep the low from August of 2024. So that low is about 50 bucks. I did purchase a big spot purchase at $56 for Litecoin. Again, it's one of the top 20 coins that I am betting big on in the future here. You can see it's kind of mixed here with some green, some red. Zora had a ridiculous move, just a ridiculous move. It's funny because I closed my long right in here, and then of course it does a frickin' 100% and then directly reverses and come right back down. This coin has been insanely spiky with like crazy moves up and then crazy moves right back down. So really high volume on that big move. So maybe that was a big buy, but that one down a lot. Solana, I still think is going to move back up. So we'll see what happens here. But yeah, I don't know. Kind of another, if we look at the liquidations, I'm sure they're quite big. Let's look at liquidation. We'll look at the liquidation heat map real quick for Bitcoin. See what we got going on. I'm assuming probably have some liquidity down below. Yeah, right below the prior is the biggest liquidity on the 24-hour. But if we zoom out, let's see here, 48-hour, the biggest liquidity is up at about 80K. So I have a feeling we will head up to 80K. We also have a CME gap up, a couple CME gaps actually up top. So if we go to BTC1 exclamation point, which is CME futures. We'll kind of clear this a little bit. You can see we have a huge gap. These gaps are now filled, so I'll delete these. Actually, I think one of my indicators shows where the gaps are. Let's see, unfilled gap, unfilled gap. Yeah, I think we have some unfilled gaps higher too, if I'm not mistaken. Gap filled, maybe not. I swear we had some higher ones at like 90 something. That one looks filled. So we have an unfilled gap right here that goes all the way to at least 81 on some indicators on but if you just kind of draw it here, we have this basically this huge unfilled gap. These usually get filled quite quickly. So usually within like the week, I think it's like a, I don't even know, 95% chance to fill gaps within the week. So if that closes, that means we're at least going to push up to 84K. So I do have a long on Bitcoin right now, and I have a long on Solana. So I'll keep those open for a little bit because I think we're going to come back up. People are very bearish and even trying to, short the bottom here. If we go to FOMO Finder, it was in fear or panic, my bad, meaning that most people are short. Let's see if it's still there. I'm curious. I'm sure we're in extreme fear on fear and greed, and I have a feeling we are probably still okay. So we're in uncertainty now. It was in panic yesterday. So if we kind of zoom in here to like the last X time here, yeah, we were just in panic. We'll see some panic, and then usually we'll see some relief. If we go to fear and greed, I am sure we are in extreme greed. And usually when you have panic and extreme greed, it's usually quite a good time. Yeah, extreme fear. Did I say extreme greed? Extreme fear. So we're, almost as low as November of last year. We're kind of moving back down into this red bar. I think the lowest you usually get is about 10. You really don't get into single digits very often. So there you go. We're in 15. If I check the other fear and greed, we'll see what this one's at, 14. So very similar. And we've been like that yesterday, last week, etc. So the fear has been very high. And usually when that's high and we're in panic here, it's a good time to take some longs. That was last night. I did take some longs. So we'll see what plays out here. But Solana has already had a nice bump for my entry. I entered at literally 96. So that was like almost the bottom. So that's pretty cool. I like to put these little blue entry points on here. I forgot to put it for this one, so we'll type this in here. I had an order at 96. I had originally an order at like 89, and then I moved it to 96. Happy I did. I'll put my stop loss in the break even. I'm a little bit down on my entry from Bitcoin. I started a little bit earlier. So, you know, I'm down about 5% right now, but I averaged down a little bit. And that's why you start with small portions when you're doing leverage. And I still think we could easily sweep this bottom because I'm honestly a little bit surprised we didn't, but I think everyone was trying to front run this right here. So this bottom from back here. Oh, I wanted to check another exchange like Coinbase. Here's crypto, Binance. Did we sweep that April low? Same thing. We almost swept it. Almost, but didn't quite. How about Coinbase? Coinbase, it looks like we did sweep it actually. If you hold control on your keyboard, you can like tag the exact bottom. No, we didn't do that one either. Okay, so we almost swept it on almost all the exchanges. I had a feeling that everyone kind of had their order right there from that April tariff tantrum low. So we still could come down to sweep that because I'm sure there's maybe some liquidity down there, but I'm sure we liquidated a lot. Let's look at the liquidation if I can find it on here. Liquidations. So if we go last 24 hours alone is 817 mil of liquidations. So not surprised at all. This is what I was looking for right here. So we had a massive liquidation on January 30th. We had a massive one on the 29th, and then we've just had a lot of long liquidations. Usually when we get long liquidations like this for a long time, usually you know, sometimes it'll start sweeping the other way. But if we get into a bear market, you're going to continue to see long liquidations. Nothing like the 1010 liquidation, which was just a ridiculous bar up. It kind of dwarfs the whole scale of things. But you can see we have not had very many short liquidations. Maybe we'll see that. I think we will see a bounce here. But again, if the 4-year cycle continues to play out, we are most likely just going to continue down. So as you can see, it's very obvious right now that we've been in quite a declining market here. We're down, you know, down 40%. So if we're down 40% though, that means we're probably more than halfway down to the bottom. We could go down another 30% and put us in the range of, you know, 40s. So that is obviously a possibility, but we'll see what happens. Today's going to be interesting. So the stock market, if it continues to sell off like crazy, maybe we do sweep this low, take that liquidity, and even bounce off this line I have drawn here. There's a couple of lines that we have drawn here. We could bounce in this range, 72,000, etc. But that could be it. We could have had so many people front run that bottom that's that, and we're going to move back up. Again, I'm purchasing Litecoin, Bitcoin, and Solana at these levels, but I'm just putting small percentages in because if the 4-year cycle continues, I think we're still going to get much better entries over the course of the next like 8 months. So we'll see what happens. That's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like, hit the subscribe button. Have a great day, everyone. Click below. Use those affiliate links. That's the best way to support the channel, as well as hitting that like and subscribe button. So have a great day. See you guys.